We see what this pilot is really made of this week on The Hapless Heroes.
Wrench off? That's what we're doing. We're wrenching it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Hapless Heroes podcast. I'm Francesco, and I continue to be your host and DM for this crazy adventure that we're on. Before we get back to the action, I'm going to introduce my wonderful cast of characters. You know them, you love them. On my virtual left, we have Dave playing March.
Hey, good evening, everybody.
Lewis as Lev Zangief.
Hello.
Mike as Brunner Brew Blitzbor.
Well, this is just a mighty big pickle.
Seb as Choom Deloom.
Choom, baby!
Nicole is Glorp Glup Glup.
Guys, does this mean that Jeff is a vampire?
And John is Jam Jam.
Just let Jam Jam chop off his legs, maybe?
So, when we last left off, you defeated the robot assault, at least up to this point, but came to a chilling realization when Choom was trapped in the cockpit with the pilot formerly known as Jeff, formerly known as Mulligan, who turned
Nobody called him that.
with these glowing red eyes and said, "I'm afraid I can't do that, Choom," to you in robotic fashion. And then you disabled him with a flashbang and then welded his arms to a pilot's chair. And now here we are with your friends surrounding you. Witnessing the handiwork that you've just done and maybe starting to draw the same conclusions about what Jeff is or was. I will also note that all of you are now maybe able to take the time to process the fact that Brew is on his own 2 feet. And so I'm just going to kind of open it back up now in this ship that as maybe all of you are starting to realize, a lot of the different realizations are coming to play all at once. Holy fuck, Jeff was a robot. Holy shit, how do we get home? You know, we can start listing them off, but I'd rather you list them off maybe in character. So away we go.
Good to see you standing, Brew. And, are you covered in grease?
Yeah, Brew, you still have your spacesuit on, right?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Actually, no, you would have had to take it off. You would have had to taken it off to gore the things with your horns.
Yes.
So
These portions of it.
No. You mentioned that. I'm sorry. You mentioned you had
fair.
like the vacuum sealed things for your horns, where
Damn
it was
it.
just like the little things.
Oh,
you
yeah,
still
that's
have-
also
yeah.
fair.
So you're good. I forgot about that. I did remember you did mention that aesthetic
You
detail
remembered
to your
better than I
helmet.
What about Lev? Is Lev at least covered in grease? Because this is really important.
I mean, to a certain degree, they all are. Whoever
Nice.
was adjacent to the grease you threw.
Nice. So as you can see, Jeff here is a robot. And I disabled him, but he turned off when I did that.
So you hear the words "turned off," right? That Jeff, or I'm sorry, that Choom is saying to you here, right? But when you look at this android or whatever that's in this chair, like turned off is probably the wrong word to use. More like physically like disabled.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's whatever. Like I said, like whatever synthetic flesh or things that was simulating, like it's like its skin is like all like melted away, and it's all just like it's literally just like metal that has been fused to the metal armrests of the chair.
Oh,
like,
he got him
if
to
you
he
were-
got him to both armrests.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Correct.
Ooh,
we call that monkey business where I'm from.
It is long past time we left this place.
Cool.
Right.
Any of you knew how to fly a shuttle?
Oh, I do.
You.
He says confidently
Confident.
and with full, absolute belief in this.
And the reason I say that is, Have I asked anyone to place anything in the ship proficiencies section of the character sheets we've created for all of you? Yeah, I gave you a ship proficiency.
You told me that if I use my background to adequately acquaint myself with a ship, I could gain proficiency in that ship. And I spent 3 weeks doing so.
Trying to.
Yes.
You will recall you were caught.
Right. The first time.
We're not retconning suddenly you've been able to perform perfect espionage on how.
How about I've been watching
him?
He wouldn't stop me from watching him.
Yeah, he would have. He locked himself in the cockpit.
Yeah, he showed
I hate
himself
this
in
man.
most of
Can
the
we
time.
just kill this robot real quick?
I mean,
I think you did.
Oh, nice.
even if he doesn't know, he's the one most likely to figure it out on the job.
Hey.
Yes. I'm offering a point of clarification.
It's a good point.
Because currently, as it stands right now, no one is proficient with flying any spaceship.
Right.
We've been in this position before, if I recall correctly.
Got it!
Flashbacks.
Don't bring it up!
So, I will ask again with this information in mind. What do we do?
Well, first, I think I need to maybe put some electrodes on this body here, see if I can't tease some more answers out of him. So that's exactly what I do. Especially, I'm looking to hook up cables, and I'm definitely not averse if I have to do it directly to the nips.
That's exactly what you should do, actually. That's a great idea.
Start with
And
the nips and work your way up or down.
I'll go where the spirit takes me.
I'm just wondering if robots' nipples are as sensitive as my nipples are.
Robot nipples.
Well,
I'm
you know
learning
what?
things about you, Brew, every day.
To save us from having to name this episode Robot Nipples, I would maybe offer
too late.
you the points of contact that might exist in the metal exposed parts of this robot.
I mean, sure, okay, if we're gonna do it like that.
So his hands?
So as to not offer a disturbing visual mental picture to our audience, I would prefer if maybe we didn't start
And,
with the
and then
nipples.
if he won't talk,
Yeah, that's
we
a good
jumper
rule.
cable the nipples.
Sure,
Right.
sure.
Okay,
maybe
good.
maybe then we'll do that.
See, I need to take my own advice, give myself somewhere to escalate to. I can
Yeah.
appreciate this.
Yeah.
So good. We start with maybe attaching up whatever the closest ports to his delicate little fingies are.
And I'm gonna help while casting guidance.
Sure. That guidance, I think we should use for an investigation check first. March.
Fantastic.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you just right over here. Yeah, you just gotta move. Yeah, move this right here. Yeah, good job, man. You're doing great.
So 18 plus 6 is 24.
Okay. So there's a few things that you're going to notice here, but the first one is sort of we're going to start with the bad news, quote unquote. This construction of this android or whatever, based on what you're able to see from the bits that have melted away that are not currently fused to the armchair, is of a construction and of a quality and even material that seems foreign to you, March. Including even the wiring and the way that everything is shielded and protected. Like, while this thing is disabled, you are having a hard time understanding where to even connect to this, because you see no open places where you might be able to splice some wires or plug something in. And so you kind of begin scanning a little further, and you see that, disturbingly, and I know I said I was going to avoid disturbing visuals, but I'm going to take one of a different variety.
Uh-huh.
His eyes look a little strange.
Good. I thought you were going to tell me I'd have to unscrew his nuts or something.
No.
I was kind of hoping for that, if I'm being honest.
I've been waiting to use that all night. So
You didn't have to wait that long. We're only a few minutes into this episode.
I was willing to settle
so-
for nipples, all right?
Oh, God.
A little bit of over-the-clothes stuff.
You feel like almost like these eyes, like now that this thing has been sort of disabled, you can see that these are made of like some sort of some sort of metal or composite, like synthetic. Like it's very strange. Like it feels like it would be metal, but like if you were to like poke it, it feels squishy.
Gross, but also intriguing.
But do you try to move it?
Choom definitely would if he's still on the lap of this guy.
I mean,
Well, hold on. I'm asking March.
Okay.
at some point, yes, that's exactly what we have to do. So,
You move this strangely like this metallic but yet strangely slimy android eyeball, and as you're moving it, like as it rotates kind of just freely within this socket, there's like a port on the back that has some wires plugged in, like where an optical nerve would be. It's actually just it's a port that's plugged into these things. You can see like the wires kind of sticking out as you just have to rotate it. It'd be gross. You could probably pull this thing out and try to,
I don't mind
connect some
getting
of
my
your own
hands
stuff up to
dirty.
it.
yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna do. Like we've committed to this, and at the very least, it's got to suck at least as much for Jeff as it does for us.
Well,
willing to
again, Jeff
take
is
some kind
no
of
longer.
solace
It's
in
not
this.
not a person. It was not.
Yeah,
real.
it's a philosophical argument at this point.
J3FF.
So, all right. Yes. Go rummage around in the bag, pull out a couple of screwdriver sets.
You won't even need it. I mean,
Yeah.
you can literally like try to. You would have to just like it's almost like like the clip that's on like a Cat 5 or Cat 6 or
Yeah.
whatever, right? It's almost like that, but it's like a metal one, and you would have to just literally unclip it from the back of this like slimy metallic ball.
What is
Oh,
that?
if they're
sleight of
going to make
hand?
it easy release, sure. And with, I guess, nary a splorch, it comes out.
I mean, yes. Now I will note for you, when you look at the actual connection ports and like how it was like connected to this fake eye, right? This android eye, you don't recognize this particular like pin configuration, meaning that like this is a type of like connector that you've not seen before.
Oh, great. Proprietary bullshit.
Ampere.
So you can attempt to jury rig some connections. However, you will need, it's going to probably take a bit of a higher computer skill to be able to try to do this in a successful way. So, subsequently, you still have guidance, I believe. So,
Oh yeah.
you can go ahead and give me a computer's check as well.
I'm holding the flashlight as guidance.
All right. So let's get digs in the bottom, pulls out an analog multimeter. Like, you shouldn't even have one of these around anymore. The thing's absolute antique. Starts checking voltages on pins. Yeah, here we go. All right. And, we're going to make some educated guesses here. Shoop.
20? You
Sure
motherfucker.
is.
Let's go, baby!
It's important to bring receipts when rolling well.
This
Yeah.
flashlight is working.
So what? So you have your hackers. So describe your hackers tools to me. Like, what's the like? Where do you get your output, or like how does it read out
Right.
for you? I want to make sure I describe
So-
things to you properly.
Yes. So March puts up, puts his right arm up, kind of looking at the back of the wrist, and this whole very suspiciously but non-copyright infringingly close to a Nintendo Power Glove item here. There's a few places to plug in various cables. It looks like, something oval, something round, something larger and round, and one of the trapezoidal plugs in one of those and runs that over, kind of rigs up some of the pins, one to each of them. Just it happens to be the biggest, blockiest connector that he has.
Okay,
Runs
is
a
there like
couple
is
more
there a-
cables over there. Yeah.
Is there a screen on this power glove, so to speak?
Get a little holographic projection, maybe the size of like a 3x5
Like an index card.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's kind of why I just want to make sure I understand what your readout looks like. So,
Yeah.
that-
Monochrome
so-
green.
So you connect that to, where the eyeball was connected to, right? To the pins that connect to the rest of quote unquote Jeff.
Yes.
And your little screen, comes to life. Everyone can see this, right? Everyone can see what's being projected. And it just says property of TH3 S33 vertical line less than sign R.
The squeaker?
The seeker. It's the same thing you saw on the device.
I feel like the squeaker is a better name for this guy.
It's just that's all it is. It's just a splash screen that just says that.
So what is it?
Sick.
S33.
Then a vertical line, a less than symbol, and then the letter R, capital R.
That's so broke.
Essentially makes it SEEKR in lead speak, essentially. Is like
Sure. Got it.
Yeah.
March momentarily looks a bit worried, but it shakes it off a little bit.
We notice?
It is.
Yeah, you all see that.
Good thing he's not called Finder, right?
I don't know. Not sure what we found here.
It's going through your head, March. You look unusually worried.
I mean, it's kind of a sliding scale.
Right, but between no more Captain Crunch and we're all gonna die, where are you right now?
I don't feel like the gap between those is particularly far, to be particularly honest. But, look, I don't know.
So if you think about the interactions all of you have had with Jeff, so to speak, over the last several weeks, I guess I'm kind of curious to know what everyone else's sort of reactions or thoughts are to like your current situation. We've heard a lot from Choom. We've heard a lot from, March, kind of going in and doing some stuff, but I'm just kind of curious to know how everyone else is feeling here, realizing that your pilot was some sort of android that was being operated by this seeker fellow. Or, well, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Seeker entity.
Person, whatever, maybe.
Yeah. I don't want to assume.
Jam Jam is not particularly surprised to begin with. But he's gonna go while they're trying to figure out how he works. He's going to go back down to where all the combat was, and the door is still open. Right? There's no more robots currently. He's gonna shut.
No more robots appearing. No.
He's gonna shut the bay door so that we can't.
The hydraulic hiss again as it sort of resets. And I believe did Glorp not use mending on the hole that was in the hull?
Yes.
To fix it. Okay. So that is because you use mending not only on your own suit, but then you use it on the hole that was blasted through the thing. So that's all sealed up. Okay. Yeah, you do that. As for all intents and purposes, right, the ship is now closed up once more and airtight. Glorp, any reaction to a robot, Jeff?
Glorp is gonna not discreetly. Glorp is going to not draw any specific attention, but also not be out of their way to be discreet about getting the emergency piece of garlic that this group definitely travels with, and just touching it to Jeff in a couple of places, and assuming there's no reaction, then proceeds to take the medical notes as March is working. But the medical notes at this point just say ew, 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 why the eye, ew.
Ew, why the eye, ew. Yeah, love that. Brew, Lev, any reactions from you guys? Any thoughts, passing thoughts from the big boys?
I mean, I knew it. Hated Jeff ever since he met him, and wasn't shocked that he turned out to be a piece of shit.
Yeah, so you're starting to remember, you've heard his voice change so many different times in the radio. It's just it's one of those things where you're just yeah, well, no wonder he was a robot. There's,
Yep.
His name was Mulligan.
I thought his name was Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
It is. No, you're right. It is Jeff, yes.
Those weird fucking humans fucking with their two names and shit. The hell do they even do that for?
Who knows? Do you not know how to work bus in sky?
Droom's literally
March?
drooling.
Yeah, like I feel like if we don't let the monkey try to drive, that he's literally going to.
I will kill us all.
combust.
I mean, what?
Someone needs to push button. I don't. I could push button, but
Yeah.
I push all the buttons at once.
I mean, fuck it. I don't know. I'm checked out. Might as well let him do it. Like either he's gonna pilot us away, awesome, or he's gonna blow up the ship. And I don't actually care what the result is right now. So,
Okay.
I'm gonna go sulk for a little bit.
Now, are you disconnecting from the thing? Are you trying to probe deeper, March?
What I'm waiting for.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's give it a shot. I'm sure this guy's gonna fucking everything on us.
Let's have a little fun with this, March.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I like when you say that.
Well, no. What I'm going to essentially refer you to is the Chapter 7 of the Modern Manual in the Electronics category section, talking about what actions to take with hacking tools, including bypassing device security, degrading programming, file search, operating a remote device, additional hacking actions, things of that nature. I would like for you to maybe define for me what would you like to do? Because right now, again, you're kind of almost just at like a not a landing page necessarily, but just a splash screen that just says, again, property of the seeker.
Like the
And
about.
that's all you can see.
Yeah. So already a little bit shooketh, but we will continue. It's the question of, do I need to continue to bypass device security, or can we go directly for the files?
That's a good question.
Can we make the robot pilot us back?
Did you not hear me use the word combust? Like, he might actually explode.
Wouldn't you have been around enough to have known about like an autopilot though, or something? Like a return to home button?
I don't know. I was a little preoccupied at the time.
Yeah.
He was remember he was trying to use his computer to work with that data device that he had.
Yeah, and what I'm saying
Right.
is, the thing I'm saying here is, with you interacting with this particular thing, like, is a little bit different than the old technology you've been essentially just cracking with ease here. This is of a make and of a programming that seems entirely custom. Like, you've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
Like any of the typical, like even just like to try to bring up a console, like the commands or any of the things you're trying to put in just to even get somewhere to actually put an input in, are returning nothing so far.
Yeah.
So maybe this would be potentially a bypass device security check.
That's what I'm thinking. Is that's generally step one in a endeavor like this.
So let's see that hacking check.
With guidance.
So, in no particular order, March invokes a scroll of calm emotions. Put some earbuds in. Throws a little bit of music on. And starts bopping his head a little bit. And we're going to attempt our bypass device security. Which looks like this is proficiency, intelligence. Okay, great. I'll take that. So it's basically just a computer check.
Basically.
Yeah.
With guidance.
Fantastic. So I'm adding a D4 to that. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, it's 3 on the die, plus 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Wonderful.
12, 13 with everything.
Please make me an intelligence saving throw.
Do you get guidance on saving throws?
No. Well,
Oh,
no.
and I think
Ability checks and saving throws, I believe. No, resistance is saving throws. Guidance is just ability checks.
Okay. What? So if resistance is my other cantrip that I have not revealed yet, it would now be the time.
No, it's okay. If you took resistance, that's fine. But you have no idea this is happening.
Yeah, we'll just take our intelligence saving throw as it is. I mean, 13 plus 4 is a 17.
You needed a 20.
Oof.
The screen change, like your display changes, and it's just like a red, like flat, like circular, like smiley face, quote unquote, but with it's like just like red, it's like X's in its eyes, like cut out, and then just like a straight like mouth, and it just says, "Got you," like letter U, and then suddenly you just feel this like electric shock, like. Come through the your wiring setup there, and you're gonna actually take 4 lightning damage.
Hey.
And the cables violently explode and disconnect from the port, like this connections, these like different connections you made. You feel
he's
really
just
uneasy, March.
Yeah, he's quiet for a second.
The display has not left your power glove. Even now being disconnected, it's just stuck there, and it's you see it's almost like distorting and like glitching. You feel like your actual power glove is malfunctioning.
Ark! Rips the cables out and just tries to power the thing down.
It's not powering down.
He's just like yelling and raging at this point. And he's lost his composure, and he's just going to be a shouty dickhead for a while.
Counterhacked.
Yeah.
Some sort of maybe subroutine or something ran when you failed that check. It's actually it's severely like damaged or maybe even corrupted this tool. So while March curses and sulks, Choom, you're looking at this console.
Yes.
This cockpit here. It's then room for one large, room for one normal person in here. Like this is a very small cockpit. This is not like a multi-person operating kind of thing. The chair is technically occupied by a disabled android, but you're small.
I would hop onto the console and I would go look at Lev.
This does not have the same sort of steering mechanism that Connie
Aww.
had.
I can't be inside the ship.
No. This looks like a joystick, a console, a bunch of levers and switches and other things. It's not too unlike some of the, racing things that you've done, right? Some of the modifications you made to your packaging ship. However, there's no like steering wheel, right? That's like attached to it too. Like this, like, you have your whole weird setup. This is more of like an actual just proper shuttle. I'm not going to say you're doing anything with proficiency here, but you feel like you might be able to try to power this on. You can see kind of where some of the, the different engaging switches are for the consoles. And when you do that, everything seems to just come to life. Like whatever you heard about, like this things being jammed or whatever, like, you don't know if you were just being deceived to like get you up here or something, but this powers up just fine.
I am pressing buttons.
The engines start humming to life.
Like I know exactly what I'm doing. So everyone watching me, this would be very impressive. Even though I had nothing to do with this, you guys don't know that.
No, actually, I need you to make me a performance check, Choom.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's like somebody with a driver's license trying to start a helicopter.
So let me just
exactly
check.
what I had in mind.
Let me just check.
It's a perfect analogy.
Let me just check in my character sheet here real quick.
For what?
My performance proficiency.
Your charisma bonus?
Oh no, that's not what that is it?
It sure is.
Oh no. So that's a dirty 2.
It is not convincing everyone.
It convinces me, and that's what really matters.
Lev puts his hand on his hips as like a disappointed parent behind him.
I mean, to his credit, the engines have powered on.
Right.
The ship is humming to life, but he looks like he has no idea what he's doing.
Confidently has no idea what he's doing. First things first, this chair is hella uncomfortable. Lev, you mind just getting rid of the garbage?
Oh, okay. Garbage time. Call Lev. Yeah, every time garbage. And then I go over and, I just like rip off the arm from the welding, and
But you should make me a strength check.
I rip off the 14.
14. It's welded pretty good. You rip off. You like the ripping you do is more of like you've like bent, the parts that are still connected. Now like Jeff just looks all distorted. Brew, you see Lev struggling with trying to remove the welded android from the chair.
Mm-hmm.
If it, you go over and offer some assistance? Is the other large man here?
Thank you. Yes, but like not reluctantly, but skeptically. Like, I don't know exactly why we're doing that per se. Like, I don't know how we're gonna do it.
You're making a monkey's dreams come true, is what you're doing.
Yeah, is that what we're doing?
Oh, this is great. This is amazing.
Two oiled up big guys just trying to wrench off a metal.
Okay, we need to stop.
I wish.
Other ways you could have said that.
I wish you could see my face right now.
Ways you could have said that.
I wish you could see my face.
That's what we're doing. We're wrenching it.
Yes, this is exactly what
Okay,
you're doing.
You did say wrench.
Brew, make me a strength check, please.
Sure.
If it comes off at the shoulder too, I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with this anyway.
I'm fishing for something here.
Where did my...
Yeah, get it, big boy.
Get that one.
Oh no.
I hate that.
It's just a straight up strength check.
Yeah.
Yes.
That would be an 8.
Oof.
Perfect. So both of you, like, you grab the other side that Lev is trying to he's trying to rip this thing off of the chair or whatever. And what ends up happening is the both of you combined rip the entire chair
Perfect.
off of its mooring.
I don't blink an eye, and I start moving towards the back of the chair in my arm.
Which has been shut. Jam is now coming back up from there, being like, "Hey, you have to shut the door."
Oh no, I don't know. Do you mean the back of the cockpit or the back of the ship?
Yeah, towards the back of the ship. Yeah.
Oh, just the back of this level.
I'm
of
gonna
the
toss
ship.
the trash out. Yeah, that's exactly. I'm gonna
Toss
this out
the trash out
into the
You're gonna
cargo
keep it
bay or
in-
whatever.
Oh, so you're gonna throw it out of the. So you have to open the ramp again,
Yeah.
right? You're gonna
Yep.
wait for the right. March, they are about to toss away this android. Is there anything else you wanted to? You're cursing its name and all the things it just did to you, but is that something you were trying to keep, or would you rather it be tossed away? You see them carrying.
You
the
can tell
chair
me
with
if
the
this is
fused android
garbage
in it.
now because I'm getting rid of it. We are not hoarders, okay?
I agree.
The logical thing would be to tell them to stop. But March doesn't have any logical in him right now. And
I'm not telling you what the logical thing is. I'm just asking if you had any other plans for this before they throw it away.
oh, fuck that guy. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Everything he said, everything he
Nice.
fucking stands. Fuck!
I toss that shit out.
Hold on.
I do make a point to go grab the minigun that I dropped, though. The turret.
The minigun.
I do
The chair,
Broken gun.
essentially, that you broke over someone's
I can
robot's
fix it.
head. Someone could fix that. Yeah.
Percy probably
I
can
do
fix
make
it
a
too.
point to go grab that.
While
Okay, sounds
they're doing whatever they're doing with Jeff, because Jam was already in the cargo bay for that whole length of time, could Jam do an investigation or something of those blue vials we have and see what those are while they're doing that? And then I'd like to react before they toss out the cyborg.
What would you like to do exactly?
Can Jam figure out what the blue vials are while they're figuring out what to do
While
with
they're-
Jeff?
I mean, you could do whatever you could do that over the course of the next 3 weeks. If you
No.
Throw those out too.
I'm literally because I would like him to have when he shut the door to then have turned his attention to the vials to see what they were.
Sure.
'Cause he's still trying to get
make
something.
me a nature check.
Nature check. Oh, I think I'm better at those. No, I'm just the same. It's
You're
the
a
same.
ranger. Ranging over here.
11.
An 11.
Woof.
Whatever is in these vials obviously needs to remain at a cold temperature, right? It must be something that was synthesized in one of the labs here potentially or otherwise, but it's nothing that you've ever seen before. And it's like luminescent. It's like bioluminescent. Like you know as much as that this is some sort of like potential bioluminescence that's happening based on the viscosity of the liquid that's in these things and like how sealed tight they are. But beyond that, you have no idea what they may contain.
Okay.
Might be something that your contact would be interested in though.
Sure, that's what
something you found here.
That's what Jam Jam is mostly focused on. Does he have something to bring back to Tank? He thought it was going to be the turret, which is now smashed outside.
No, but the contents of these crates potentially. You don't even know what's in the other one, but like this one might be something he's interested in.
Sure. And as Lev comes down with. Is it Lev and Brew carrying, or
yes,
just
yes, both of them. I mean, and it's funny, like they have like they maybe hand it down to the other as they descend the ladder, right? And then like try to squeeze it through the opening and just finagle it. They have to kind of put it at an angle and then push it down. So it's like there's like a whole bunch of this shit happening like while you're looking into these vials. Yeah.
So Jam Jam's kind of sitting looking through the vials, and he looks up, and Lev is pushing the button to open the door again.
Yes.
And Jam Jam will say, "What are you doing with that thing?"
Monkey Man told me to throw this, take trash out. That is what I am doing.
Do you think that could be useful? I mean, it is proof that they've already tried to backstab us on this mission if they knew what he was.
Rabbit said get rid of it. So, I mean, I double check with him and what am I going to do? I already checked both experts on Jeff, and both said throw away. I don't know what to do else with Jeff other than get rid of him.
This is some very valuable garbage.
I mean, you could scrap it for part. I'm not here. Never mind.
Jam Jam is trying to suggest to the group that this is proof that the flotilla somehow set us up. Or it's useful to come back as at least something we can leverage against the flotilla when we come back. Like, even if you didn't know this was a robot, what the fuck, guys? Like, he almost got us all killed trying to send us on your stupid mission. So Jam Jam sees him as a potential bargaining chip in the future and is just trying to get that across to Lev and Brew. So I don't know how they respond after that.
What is proof?
What is proof?
Yeah, like what? Like, does it say? It has it printed on him that he's like a.
Proxy had him be our pilot, and he is in fact a robot. This is a problem.
Didn't he say that?
And the only way to prove we didn't just murder him and drop him on this asteroid or whatever it is to bring him with us still as a robot.
Didn't he say though that he also warned us?
No. Percival warned us.
Yeah, again, you got 4 words from Percival,
right.
and you've only made one other attempt to contact him since then.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, there's going to be another one pretty soon.
What do you want me to do with him now? There's 3 people telling me what to do with fucking Jeff.
Lock Jeff in the bathroom. Jam Jam doesn't care.
You can carry Jeff yourself, and I drop Jeff at Jam Jam's feet.
I mean, I don't want to steer you in any direction. I just need a consensus from the group of, does the pilot formerly known as Jeff stay on the ship, or do you jettison into the cargo bay here and leave him behind?
Sounds like
before
currently
you attempt to take off.
Everyone's frustrated, but he might still be in the ship.
I just dropped him on the ground in the cargo bay. So
And nobody else is lifting him up, so it's like, if Lev doesn't take him out, then he's going to stay right where he is.
Yeah, you can just leave it on. You can just leave it, leave the chair with the fused thing to it on the ground in the cargo hold here. That's
Sure.
perfectly fine. I just need to make sure that is our decision before we leave.
Jam Jam's going to 180 on his little penguin butt and then try to go pick the other lock. on the other case.
Oh yeah, sure. Make a thieves' tools check.
And Lev is getting the turret as previously mentioned, I'm guessing.
Yeah, are you still going to grab that? He's still
Yes.
opening the door?
Yes,
At
that
least
had-
go get that?
Yeah, unless somebody else
Okay.
says something about it. No.
No, you do that. You do that. That's fine with me. Yeah, very dented. Very,
Terrible
and it's
odds.
like, and there's wires like hanging out of it, all that stuff now too, because of
I
March's
think so.
handiwork
I'm sure
before.
someone can fix it. I have
Sure. Yeah,
confidence.
We'll bring it to
What was
Percy.
that, Jam? Sorry.
No, it's only a 7.
Wolf.
Yeah, it does not seem to open as easily as the other one did for you.
First one. Yeah. Got that one pretty quick.
The cases look identical, but you have no idea if the contents are the same.
So back to cockpit real quick.
Sure.
Choom would be looking at the empty space that was the chair
Uh-huh.
and the joystick that is above his head, and then back at the empty
You
space.
I would say that there's enough room for you to stand on the console.
I was
Stand
thinking
on
that.
this console where the joystick is, but you're literally like use your body weight to move it.
I was thinking that, but I also was thinking there's someone uniquely equipped here to help me in this situation. If they wouldn't mind, you once offered me your head as a chair. I would like to call upon you to do that for me again, Glorp.
Oh, wait, that's me. Sorry, you need to use my head as a chair?
And you see Glorp's head slowly just kind of indent on the top a little bit.
I would greatly appreciate it.
Now, Glorp standing is taller than where this, like where a seat would raise you up to, Choom.
Yeah, but Glorp can shift.
So then maybe-
Just lower themselves.
Glorp-
essentially.
Glorp
you-
just
so
kinda
really,
like-
you're more just asking Glorp to be a chair
Yeah,
for you.
yes.
Period.
Glorp forms themselves essentially into like a beanbag chair or a
Yes.
water bed.
I love this so
Fantastic,
much.
with like maybe just a slight back to it, but yeah, otherwise it's really just a blob.
I mean, it's really,
And
it's a
your
blob.
face is in there somewhere.
And then where Choom sits, I like create the extra little bit of indent there and then create my face kind of over top of Choom's head.
This is amazing.
So you're like talking above and behind his head. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna be my extra set of eyes up here, okay?
If any aspiring illustrators are out there, I would love someone for me to just draw this.
Oh, if
amazing.
at some point we
This
decide that
is
Choom
what-
needs a seatbelt, I'd be giving him a hug from behind, basically.
Yes.
That sounds fantastic. Yeah. Okay,
All right.
So let it be known, there is now a chair once more in the cockpit. However, that chair is just Glorp. Choom,
Yep.
I would like for you to make me a piloting check.
Absolutely. As I start pressing the buttons, and I press the comms button, and
You will
tell
only
everyone.
be adding your dexterity. You will
Okay.
not be adding
No
your
proficiency.
proficiency.
Got it. Press the comms button. All right, guys. Everybody, sit down, buckle up, and if you're religious, pray.
You're my fucking supervisor.
You know what, Marge? You can do whatever the fuck you want. I don't really give a shit. And then I'm gonna start piloting. Okay. My piloting skill.
Your piloting is just your. I think you actually did take proficiency in that. So
Yes, I did.
I'm
I
saying though,
don't-
because you are not proficient with this class of ship, essentially to just only use your dexterity, and you will not be
Woof.
applying your proficiency bonus.
It's such a nerf to my proficiency to piloting, but I'll take it. All right.
Yeah, well, I mean, that can take many forms and many different types of vehicles, but if it is a vehicle you are not proficient with, I don't understand why you would be proficient at piloting it.
It's true. Spatial awareness was my last hope. All right, here we go. That is a dirty 18.
Oh, okay. Okay, impressive. Is it who actually does strap themselves in when he makes that request? Does anyone actually listen to Choom?
I
me
think.
see.
Oh, he had the comm on, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, Jam would then, if as long as he was aware.
Okay. Jam tries to go sit down and buckle
Tries.
himself up. Brew, are you buckling up?
Yeah. We With Choom driving, absolutely.
I was gonna say we've been down this road before.
We have.
Lev,
To
March,
the
just said
voice
you're
that
not
I
my
think I hear in my
supervisor.
You
head.
know, March is having an active temper tantrum, and it is totally oppositionally defiant at this point. Yes, the right call would be to preserve Jeff. Yes, the right call would be to strap yourself in. But no, his call is going to be to invoke several scrolls of calm emotion at the same time between like two different fingers and just like
This is the first time you've been beat
Storming
at your
off.
own game in a long
oh
time.
yeah. Oh yeah, and he is being a sore loser.
Also, the first time you've ever flown with Pilot Choom, ever.
Oh yeah.
Also
He's-
true.
he's so caught up
he
in-
doesn't. So he doesn't have the wherewithal necessarily that the rest of these folks would. Although, I mean, you did crash into his house, so maybe he should. But anyway,
I do.
Lev definitely straps in.
If I'm in
Perfect.
like
All right.
the cargo bay, yeah, I'll just sit down on one of those little seats attached to the wall.
There is a bit of a lurch as this thing takes off because Chew instinctually, your muscle memory tells you to pilot this thing the same way you do your little hauler that that kind of goes around the raft and slightly outside of it, right? And you realize no. These controls are actually a bit more sensitive than that, and there's a lot more mass that's moving around. Even though this is a shuttle and it's one of the smallest classes of ship, it's still much larger than anything you've ever truly flown, except for I guess Connie. But yeah, I would argue that was barely flying. That barely counts. So it does lurch. There's a bit of a weird pitch and things like that, but thankfully the gravity generator, keeps all of you guys level. You are able to get this off the ground.
Whoa, yeah, baby!
You see a whole bunch of different messages now show up on the different consoles, right? Warning you that the landing feet are still deployed. There's also, so just a whole bunch of different diagnostic readouts and this and that happening on this shuttle. I need you to make me a perception check real quick, Chew.
Dirty 12.
Dirty 12. Okay. Only thing you notice is that a lot of the consoles and displays do have, you can see where the flotilla has sort of maybe rebranded some of the operating systems or whatever things were running this, as this was apparently formerly a Federation shuttle. Maybe it was salvage or something like that they had added to the fleet. But that's all you notice. So this is essentially a repurposed shuttle that the flotilla has commandeered.
Jeez, even hand-me-down ships. What the hell kind of operation are we working for? So I'm gonna lean into
It's not like they have it's not like they have a shipyard. It's like they're just a collection of ships.
I'm gonna lean into the comms again and be like, all right, everybody, this is gonna be a team effort. So I'm gonna need Brew, navigation, see if you can get us pointed in the right direction. I may know how to fly this thing, but I have no idea where the fuck we're going.
Yeah,
March.
there are consoles on that same level, right? There's 3 consoles that people could sit at to provide any sort of auxiliary support to the pilot.
Hell yeah. March, I'm gonna need you to get up here and see what you can do about shutting off some of these diagnostics, or at least getting them to shut the fuck up, because they're covering my screen. Everybody else, hold on tight, because we're about to go flying.
I hold Choom tight.
Sure. March will wordlessly sulk over to the console and
Sit down.
yeah, he'll sit down. I'm gonna have to do this all manually since my ARM computer is out of commission right now.
Woof.
He's typing way harder than he should be, just absolutely slamming on this keyboard.
Listening
He's
to...
got scrolls of calm emotion in each corner of his mouth.
Lev is
Yeah,
a,
just
uh,
abs-
the
and they're
cockpit
not-
level
they're-
is getting a
they're-
little hazy.
yeah.
They're not calming him either.
Jim,
Lev,
Jim. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Lev is, an old, from an older time, and he's, as we start to take off or whatever, he starts to think about the Pete Driller band. Pete Driller band. Fly
Fly like an osprey.
like an An
Ostrich.
Soar like an osprey.
Soar like an Aarakocra.
Soar like an Aarakocra.
And he's just thinking
love
about
Soar
that.
like a cocra.
Yep. See? The
I'm gonna
Astral
be
Sea.
jamming out. Oh yeah, keep doing that. That's actually really good.
And
Keep
he's
singing.
just like, how do you, I don't know if I can sing like that.
No, don't anyways. Let's just avoid any.
I'm trying to think if I can sing like
it's honk, 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 honk. Thank you.
Honk, honk.
Honk honk.
God damn it.
Over
Anyway,
over comms, I'm gonna be like, Jam. I know that you've probably spent more time in astral space than the rest of us on your little vacations. Do you recognize anywhere? Is there anything that we should avoid, or any place that we should go if you have any friends out here? I don't know.
we're gonna do two things here. Brew, you're gonna make me a navigator's tools check using your
I was waiting for this moment.
Jam. You are essentially offering help with this with your knowledge of some of the smuggling routes. Since you've never flown yourself, but you do know a little bit of the navigation. Brew, you are doing so with advantage.
With advantage? Uh-oh, I don't have another D20. I'll just roll it twice.
Roll in place, yeah.
My navigation tool. Shush, I hate you all. Navigation tools, that would use my
I said your wisdom this time.
Okay, yeah, I just missed that part.
We're going to default to wisdom with those until I assign a different skill based on the type of navigating you need to do.
Sure, makes sense. And then proficiency because I'm a Minotaur.
Because you are proficient with that.
It is a 21.
It's beautiful. So, Brew, the way that these maps work, similar to the ones you've been exposed to, like the digital charts and the ways that you learned how to at least use this level of computer so far, like within the flotilla and your work with the Mystic Order of Wanderers. They taught you a thing or two about at least how to read charts and how to extrapolate some of the data from this sort of quote unquote astral compass setup that's on these spacefaring vessels. So you are easily able to navigate it, and you pinpoint the return location for this. I will note for you find it a bit odd that this was definitely taken from the flotilla, but you're noticing something as you've poked around some of these tools, but just with your high roll. This shuttle was never actually chartered to launch at all. The last time that this shuttle had flown anywhere was 12 years ago. That was the last location data that was entered into the shuttle.
Well, that's interesting.
That's it. Just a fun little tidbit of information for you. Anyways, you guys are cruising along. I mean, the ship, that's the shuttle now. Now you have all the map data and all the stuff in front of you, Choom, right? You're at least equipped well enough to know where to go, where to point the ship. But the one thing that you've never done before, as you're now starting to pull, navigate this out of the facility itself and into just wild space, right? You look at the gigantic planet of Marion 4.
Is the robot
behind
ship
you.
still there?
So that's the other thing I was going to mention. Your scanners and your radars, right, do not show anything else in the system besides the orbital bodies.
So the drop ship, whatever that was, seems to have left, maybe, hopefully.
Potentially. But there is a button here, Choom. Well,
Yeah, there is.
It's a button. So a lot of these ships have this thing. It's essentially what engages your cruising speed, which is what allows you to reach the speeds possible to traverse wild space systems and otherwise without having to spend ages traversing these incredible distances. To engage cruising speed, you have to make sure that everyone's ready to go, right? Because it's one of those things where it's it's like hyperdrive essentially, but it's not necessarily like super FTL type thing. It's still, but you're traveling at hundreds of thousands of kilometers an hour. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yes.
insane speeds. So
Ludicrous
engage
speed.
it. It's underneath. So there's it's underneath like a like a little like flip transparent like flip like covering, right? And there are 2 buttons to disengage or to like essentially like divert additional power to the engines and do all that stuff. And then there's the toggle. And as soon as you flip that switch forward after you push those buttons, that's it. We're cruising. So you point the ship towards where you think you need, where it should go, towards the edge of, where Brew has sort of navigated you. All you have to do is flip the switch.
I'd get onto the comms.
Said the DM.
And I would say, we'd like to thank you for flying Air Choom today. I am now turning on the fasten seatbelt sign. So, if you are moving around the cabin, it would be very, very much in your best interest to no longer be doing that. Sit down, buckle up. There are no exits on this flight, and if any in case of emergency happens, we're fucked. I am your pilot, Choom Daloom, and it has been a pleasure serving with you. And I'm gonna flip the 2 switches, the prerequisite switches. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna count to 30.
I like how I described it to him, and he already said it wrong, and it's perfect. That's exactly why.
Oh
Go
no!
ahead. No, continue. It's 2 buttons, 1 switch. But go ahead, continue.
Yeah.
Continue.
You know what I mean?
He flipped. There was an extra switch flipped. But I'll have it be known. We're not editing that out.
Okay, but the 2 obvious buttons also get pressed, because there's 2 obvious buttons. I'll wait 30 seconds.
How obvious are they?
They're obvious enough for Fran to tell me what they are without me having to roll anything. So, right, and then an additional
what your
thing.
initial piloting check told you.
Right. I'm gonna count to 30 seconds. Just give everyone a chance to buckle up. I'm gonna lead in, be like, "All right, Glorpy, hold on," and I'm gonna scream, "Choom, baby!" and press the button as hard as I can.
Okay. Press the button again. You press the button.
The lever. I switched the lever.
You flip the switch.
Yeah, that thing.
Okay. I just want to make. I need to be clear.
I love the idea that I scream my catchphrase, press a button, nothing happens. I switch another thing, nothing happens.
Right. And then he flips the exactly right. Like, of course you're gonna screw it up your first time.
Let's go.
How to fly one of these things.
Glorp starts with both eyes squeezed closed, but by the time anything actually happens, one eye's kind of open to see what's even happening because it's taking so long.
Yeah, you literally go from going maybe 30 to 40 like miles an hour, right? To just this thing accelerates at such a speed that you're surprised that inertia doesn't pull you back against your seat, but it actually feels relatively smooth. And the ship enters cruising speed. And you see on the map you are now traveling towards away from Marion Ford, traveling towards the edge of the solar system. Probably be out in 30 minutes.
Nice. Is there an autopilot on this thing somewhere?
There sure is.
All right. Do I have to roll investigation to find it, or did my piloting roll do that for me?
Well, no, you can make a piloting check to tell me to see if you know how this autopilot works.
Okay.
'Cause I'd love it.
Okay, I shall do that then. 12. Dirty 12.
I mean, there is a button that says autopilot on and a button that says autopilot off. Seems pretty simple, right?
I think back to the Cosmos Concordia and how obvious the button seemed then, and I take a big gulp. Okay, wipe my brow underneath my helmet because my visor's up now. Just wipe my brow. And I'm gonna press the autopilot on button.
Okay, the autopilot engages. There's a mild shift in the ship as it, starts to adjust a little bit, but seems fine.
I turn back, just beaming, all teeth showing, which is a rare sight for Choom Daloom. And I just go, "See, guys, that wasn't so bad."
You turn back, but did you leave the cockpit door open?
Oh yeah, I didn't close that.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, perfect. And you are now flying a ship successfully for the first time.
Go us.
Woo! It's going to take a while to get back home, and I wonder what things we may discover as we get back. I wonder what other types of things we may want to try to uncover. What pieces of this story that we missed
We have a lot to
we
discuss.
may want to try to put back together here. But we'll have to find out next time on the Hapless Heroes podcast.
After a long episode, we get a short episode.
Let's go. That wasn't even that short. That was probably like an hour.
That was an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, was it really? Wow, it didn't feel that
Yes,
way.
Yeah.
sir.
Oh, yeah.
Good job, everybody.
Yes.
I will say you ignored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
Seems on brand.
14, 15 rooms of this dungeon
Oh,
Yeah, those
wow.
are rookie numbers.
encounter.
Yeah.
Just did not explore, did not care.
Well,
do
we
all
were
those things,
we were given
But
a
we were given time constraints, and that makes sense to me. You know, I presented options to do different things, right? There were a few different ways this could have gone, and I'm pleasantly surprised with how you discovered certain things, but there's still some stuff to learn. So we'll see. We'll see.
I didn't discover anything.
Good job, everybody. That was awesome.
Yeah, and Brew, you have some stuff that you're gonna probably have to work out on this ride home because
Why are you glowing?
You are noticing that there is a bit of some of that dampness was definitely a bit of a glowing liquid.
Yeah, that
That
came
was like
from me.
on your clothing. That came
Yeah.
from you. It must have because it's inside of your spacesuit.
Yeah.
So you may want to maybe take the next few weeks as you're traveling back to figure out exactly what the heck that might have been.
Maybe do some
But like I said,
laundry. Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of that. I don't know. Is there laundry on a shuttle in space? Who knows?
If we're going to be out
Anyways.
here for weeks, I hope so.
Yeah, but nothing biologically changes while you're out there. So
Oh, that's fair.
like
I
you will
can't
stay
get any
exactly
dirtier
as
than I
right.
am.
Yeah, you won't get any dirty. You won't get any like more like unhygienic, I guess. But you won't get any more unless you try to actively do something about it.
Oh,
Anyways,
God.
we waxed poetic about that in our lower episode. I'm not going to go too long on that here. Anyways, hey, you audience member, the person who's listening to us ramble on the internet for hours at a time. If you like us, might I direct you to the places you can find us on the internet? You go to this wonderful place called Linktree. That's linktr.ee/Hapless Heroes. You can find all the places in which we do exist on the internet, which is not that many, but enough. We have all of our social media links on there. We have links to like our merch pages and like our fan run wiki. But we also have what we consider the crown jewel of our internet presence, and that is our Discord server. It's it's free to join. You don't have to be like a Patreon member or anything like that to just be part of the community. But just have like an account and don't be a bot. We encourage you to join the community.
Jeff.
And Jeff, come on. If you are not a robot named Jeff, you should join our Discord server. Come hang out with a bunch of other cool nerds and folks talking about D&D, talking about the show, talking about things not that, and just hanging out and being a cool place to be. I don't really know what else to say. I mean, I feel like I can't keep. I don't know what other glowing reviews I could possibly give of our Discord server except for it's the place where all the cool kids hang out. And you need to. I know you are cool. I mean, listen, you're listening to us. Of course, you're cool. So come join us. Come talk to us and talk about the show and other things. Anyways, if you really, 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 really like us, you can donate or you can leave us a 5-star review on the podcast service of your choice. We appreciate any and all reviews, including that one-star review that we maintain on Spotify to this day, who may or may not have been Mulate's Uber passenger of yesteryear. I don't know, but I'm maintaining that as my headcanon. But hey, if you leave us a wonderful 5-star review and we see it, we're going to acknowledge you as a 5-star human being that you are right back here on the show. And like I said, I think we've mentioned in that Discord server that we maintain, we have a 5-star channel that you can also leave a review in should your podcast service not offer it, and we'll see it. We'll, like I said, acknowledge you as the 5-star human being that you are, and it's a cool little thing we do to engage with our audience. Anyway, if you really, 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 really like us, you can donate to our Patreon. It's just patreon.com/Hapless Heroes. We have a whole bunch of different rewards on there, including a bunch of free bonus content that we've been releasing as well, alongside of the stuff that's behind just like our $5 and above donation level. It's everything from like bloopers, behind the scenes audio, extra shows, like lore episodes. We're doing like free interviews and other things like that we're releasing on there. We're going to come up with other stuff to kind of mix in as time goes on and as this season continues. So check it out, see if it's right for you, and that's really about it. So anyway, until the next time we meet, I'm going to outro my cast. Starting on my virtual right, we had John playing Jam Jam.
Until next time.
Nicole is Glorp Glep Glep.
Bye for now.
Sebastian is our pilot, Choom Daloon.
Thanks for making this monkey's dreams come true.
On the maps, we have Brunner Brew Blitzpore.
What is this glowing stuff and where did it come from?
Breaking ships as he does, we have Lewis playing Lev Zangief.
I am going to soar like a kukra.
And perpetually frustrated, we have Dave playing March.
Unintelligible grumbling.
And I'm Francesco. I've been your host and DM. Tune in next week where we see where our new pilot takes us. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Did we leave the power on?
Yes.
Oh, God.